My name is Lital Rightblood and I'm a pediatric endocrinologist at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Today we will talk about how to communicate with parents about childhood obesity. We will talk about the definition of obesity, how to talk to parents about childhood obesity, diet recommendations, physical activity recommendations, and cultural sensitivity. Body mass index is a measure of body weight that's adjusted for a person's height. It is a surrogate marker of body fat assessment, and when a child falls on the 95th percentile or above, they are said to have obesity. Usually we plot the body mass index in a growth chart, BMI, which looks like this. The blue line in the top is the 95th percentile, and if someone's BMI falls above that, then they are considered to have obesity. In this child's case, all the points are falling outside of the range that we can see. And that's why we have growth charts called the extended BMI growth chart. So the 95th percentile line, which is still blue, is lower in the chart, and then we start having red and black broken lines that show us 110th% of the 95th percentile, 120th% of the 95th percentile, and so on. And here we're able to see better what's going on with this person's BMI. The chart belongs to the same person, but it gives us two different stories. When we have a conversation with parents, a lot of times the parents are not aware that their child has obesity, so pediatricians may be the first to bring it up. When we have that discussion, we need to be supportive, empathetic, and non-judgmental. Because of stigma, we want to use sensitive language when talking to patients and families and reserve the terms overweight and obesity for documentation purposes. Examples of preferred language would be body weight or excess weight or elevated or high BMI. Examples of not preferred language includes fatness or excess fat. We want to use person-centered language. So for example, say a child struggling with obesity as opposed to an obese child, which implies that the child has an inherent characteristic of being obese. Sample language includes we checked your child's BMI, which is a way of looking at weight and taking into consideration how tall someone is. Your child's BMI is in a range where we start to be concerned about extra weight causing health problems. What concerns, if any, do you have about your child's weight? Once we have that discussion with the families, then we can start coming up with goals for diet and for exercise. For diet, we want to encourage them to limit sugar-sweetened beverages, have 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and the serving size may vary by age, eat breakfast daily, limit eating in restaurants, especially fast food, encourage eating together as a family, and limit portion sizes. In terms of physical activity recommendations, it varies by age. So for infants, we want several times a day of interactive floor-based play. For toddlers, at least 3 hours a day of walking, free play, playground. For 3 to 5-year-olds, 3 hours a day of 15 minutes every hour while awake, which is equivalent to that. And for 6 to 17-year-olds, an hour a day, and at least 3 times a week include vigorous intensity, muscle and bone strengthening activities. We want to have cultural sensitivity. Cultural values and beliefs will influence what a person thinks is an attractive or healthy weight. So for example, studies have shown that African American girls are more satisfied with heavier bodies. It also influences what foods parents think that are appropriate to be given to their children, the importance or the enjoyment of physical activity, and the authority that parents have over children at different ages. Not only do we concentrate on the values or preferences, but also there can be barriers to behavior change that may be related to community circumstances, for example, lack of a safe park. Pediatricians should learn about the values and circumstances that might be common in the population that they serve, especially if that population is different than their own. I hope you found this helpful. And here's information of what Community Care Plan offers their members to assist you in obesity management. Thank you very much for watching.